This recording is to help you see from a student login perspective on the iPad how to navigate between the apps to get all the stuff that you need for our class, starting with Schoology, because that's where a lot of you will start, but you don't have to. One of the things you'll see is that you can enter from almost any point in the apps. So here we have Schoology. If you open up Schoology through your app or through a browser, we'll have some kind of banner up there for our class. I'm going to use Schoology like a one-stop for all of my sections, so it's just called OFA Art Room, but it has a link right there to our website, which then differentiates to all the other classes. Right now, what you see is just Schoology's framework. So right down in the lower right hand corner is the sort of, breakout button, open in Safari, and that takes us to the internet, which is a better place to navigate than within the confines of Schoology. So here's the main page, the home page. If you pop down on the left here, you can see the navigation. We're on the home page, so you can get to the digital arts page there, or any other page, or you can also get to it from the picture, thumbnail, and the link there. So once we're on this page, you can see we can see that introductions area right there, and then a button that says the OFA Welcome Sheet 2020. So that's the assignment. Below that, you're going to be able to see the examples popping up in the next couple days and a little description. But let's click on this button. It's going to take us through all the places that we need to be. So here is the button I clicked for the assignment, which takes us to our Google Classroom. You might need to click on that really quick, and it might also prompt you to log in if you hadn't done that yet. So that's why you need that login information for all of the different parts of the Google Suite. Here's the main page. Also, this took me right to the app. I can tell that because when I look across the bottom, I'm seeing these icons within Google Classroom app, and then in the upper left, it's telling me, hey, if you go back, you're going into Safari. So the link that I embedded is to the Google Classroom app. So if you prefer, you could choose to open it in Google Classroom yourself. That's okay too. That's a perfectly valid way of getting there. So once I'm here, you can see this is the stream, which is just kind of like the news. And then here's a classwork page, which is where all the assignments are going to be posted. So it's organized by date, and things will be listed right under there where you can find your assignments. Here's the first one, the OFA Art Welcome Sheet. When you click on it, you can see that your status will be listed on the bottom. You can private comment. You can see on the right whether you've handed it in or not. And underneath the title, which in this case is the OFA Art Welcome Sheet, you can see that it's got a nice description there of stuff that I'd want you to see. Any attachments are going to be posted there. A lot of times that's going to be a Google form, but today it's just a JPEG. So when you look at the descriptions on what you're supposed to do with this, it says download a copy of the attachment, write and draw on it to complete it, and then submit it back there to this assignment right here on Google Classroom. Not on Schoology, not in Google Drive, just right here on Google Classroom to this assignment, okay? Then check back on our Google site where I pointed out there's going to be a carousel going with everybody's submissions to see it, and you can click on them and look at them. So ways that you can open and work on this JPEG. So we're not in Schoology anymore, so you really don't want to plan on using those tools that they have in there, and they're kind of limited. You could import it into a Notability document. A lot of people are comfortable doing that. So let's take a look at that. When we open it up, in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see that like export button again. Okay, it flashed Google Drive really quick, but then it kind of just goes away. So then you get those three little buttons, three dots, and then when you expand that, you can gets all kinds of choices here. In the middle is where the good ones are. You can send a copy, you can open in, down a little further, you can make a copy. All of those are worth considering and all could be used. Some are going to be more direct and some are going to be a lot more work. So if you made a copy, that would be fine. It's going to place it on your drive, your Google Drive, and then you just have to go find it, and then you've got to download it, and then you've got to decide what to do with it. So that's going to be valid. It's just going to take a lot more steps than one of the other options. If you choose open in, whatever you have as options are going to show up right here. So here you could copy it to Schoology, which is like, you know, it's going back a step, and then you're going to have to hand it into Google Classroom anyway. You can put it in Notability right there. That's a good one. If you want to do that, you can. And then Notability isn't what I wanted uploaded in the end. I want a JPEG uploaded, like a picture. So you'd have to do like a screenshot or screen capture or something like that. But that's okay. There's some other options here. You could also look and see if more needed to be added. Sometimes like you could send it to your drive. Maybe you had some kind of art app over here. That would be awesome. Like if you had Adobe Draw or something like that in your apps, you could use that for sure. Okay, so that's in the open with. But I like, open in. I like send a copy because one of the things that you can do there is plain old save an image. Okay, so if I now double click and open my pictures, that's been saved right to my camera roll, and then all of those options exist, right? So now I could open it, I could airdrop it, like maybe my fancy photo editing and drawing apps are on my phone. So I could airdrop it to myself. And, or let's say I have a laptop and I want to draw all over it with my editing and tools there. Okay, so you could do that. Now you could send it to Notability or all those other ones that maybe you wanted to, okay? Or you could open it, I mentioned an app, you could open it in one of those. There's all kinds of things that you could do here. So just, let's go, I'm going to leave that right there for a minute. I'm going to go back to Classroom and let's look at this description. So you can open it in Notability. That was way back at the beginning there. You can import it into a Google slide, which you can draw on and text type on and all kinds of things. And then when you're done with that, there's an option that says file export as a JPEG. So that would satisfy that. You could use your iPhone apps. A free one that I found is called Annotable, which is a drawing and text app that's free, and you can then use that JPEG, or iMarkup, which is a Google Samsung app. But whatever it is, in the end, I don't want a Google slide or a PDF or any other thing like that. It needs to be a JPEG or a PNG so that it can join the slideshow. Okay, so when you have, let's see, where did that end up? I'm not sure. Okay, so I'll open this in Notability, create new note. I'm going to title it my last name, art welcome. Okay. And now it's sent to Notability. All right, let's see. Notability. See where this went. Okay. Probably a lot of you are going to have all kinds of updates and things. Okay, where did that go? Oops. Murphy. Oh, you know what? Did it go to my note? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's, I don't even know if I can do this now. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. All right. So here it is. And now I want to turn this in. Well, first I better pretend to do something. Okay, so I don't want to give too much away. So here's me. Oh, I'm showing a lot of drawing skills today. Boy, I look like a bird. That's interesting. Okay. Yes. All right. And yeah, I'll wave at you guys. Okay, there is my submission. Now, when you export it, okay, let's see, other apps, share note. There we are. And I think we're going to just copy it to Schoology. And we want to submit. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Where am I? I don't want to put that in Schoology. What am I thinking? I want to submit that to Classroom. So I got to find that. That Schoology popped up and it just distracted me. Let's try that again. Classroom. See? Whew, that was a close one. So let me just tell you what would happen if you tried to get that into Schoology. I think it would just get swallowed by the void because I'm not going to have any assignments in Schoology. Schoology is just going to be a redirect to everything else that we have in Google. Okay, so here it is. And there it goes.